ago that I talked about these ads that are all over the front of Back Bay Station. And Back Bay Station is actually like a favorite place for people to put horrible ads. They just, I mean, it's just been one business after another that has put horrible ads all over the front of that station. And I talked about how I was walking on this sidewalk, right? And there was a guy who was parked right there next to the sidewalk in a truck that said 999V. And I wrote a blog page about it. I described what happened. He saw me. He was waiting there, you know, by the sidewalk. It was literally like 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, 7 to 7:30, something like that on a Sunday morning, right? Because you have to get up every morning to shelter at 6. And there he was sitting there. God only knows how long he had been stalking me to be able to be sitting there in his truck facing me when I was walking up the sidewalk at that time on a Sunday morning, right? And I talked about it, and I talked about how those ads were there, and he was there. He got out of his truck and he saw me, started to walk around the truck. And at my phone, I didn't have a phone battery. My phone battery was done. So I was like, all right. I just looked right at him and I said, you stay the fuck away from me. You just stay away from me, right? And he did. As far as I know, I mean, I haven't seen him since. He got in his truck. He just got back in his truck and like drove away. I've never seen him since. But he was looking at me like, I don't know, just like staring at me like, I don't know. I mean, kind of like, just he had this look on his face. I don't even know. It was like half someone you would imagine who had like a machine gun, and half someone you imagine who was like, I don't even know. It definitely had a sexual tinge to it, and I was just like, other than that, he had no expression on his face whatsoever. It was terrifying, to be honest with you. I mean, if I weren't so used to living in a terrifying situation all the time, and if I hadn't had all of this time to get used to the idea that the way that I'm gonna die is to be raped and killed, I would have been like, oh yeah, that was like particularly terrifying. But it's just a normal part of my day now because of what the conglomerate has done, right? And now, after my having talked about that, they've put up that ad on the billboard across from the Pine Street Inn, right? I mean, it is, to talk about this being relentless is an understatement. It is murderous.